Hey guys, for this video, the matchup I want to discuss is the matchup between Nightwing versus Daredevil. This is a pretty contentious matchup that I often hear and see all the time on the internet. I like Daredevil and I like Nightwing. My boy Daredevil, he's always fighting the Kingpin. He's always scrapping with people like the Punisher, Spider-Man. He's never ducking no fade. I'm not going to doubt that. He has nice hands, good agility, good combat skills, high combat IQ. But when it comes to facing somebody like Nightwing, somebody, the boy wonder, essentially, dealing, somebody as agile, as fast, somebody as skilled as Nightwing, I think he falls short, unfortunately. My boy Nightwing is just cut from a different cloth than somebody like Daredevil. I'm not saying that Daredevil is an inferior character, but when it comes to just fighting, overall just raw endurance / speed, and overall skill, which is basically the determining factor who I think would win this fight, he falls short, unfortunately. He doesn't have the same skill / mindset as somebody like Nightwing. Daredevil does have more grit than Nightwing, I will say that. But when it comes to overall skill, precision, I think he somewhat lacks that. One thing I always give the Bat family members, especially Nightwing, is that they're more methodical. They're overall more skilled. Somebody like Nightwing was trained by Batman, and Batman was trained by the League of Assassins, people like Ra's al Ghul. People from DC overall in general, when it comes to martial arts, it's just different from Marvel. They're just built different. And a lot of, Marvel martial artists they're just not on the same weight level / power level as people like, Batman, Nightwing, and even somebody like Deathstroke. People like Daredevil, they just kind of fall short. And not only that, he kind of lacks the technological edge that somebody like Nightwing kind of has. Not only is Nightwing basically on the same level as somebody like Daredevil, but he also has the technology with the batons. He has the intel, he has gadgets, and I think he can overall exploit, Daredevil's more glaringly obvious weaknesses, like his weakness to high-pitched noises due to the fact he has the echolocation. I think once Nightwing kind of picks up the fact that he's blind and he basically uses sound to see, I think that's when he'll inevitably lose the fight. And somebody like Nightwing is just too cunning and too smart not to figure that out whilst they fight. And once he figures that out, he will obviously exploit that in order to win. But let me know what you guys think.